बोकून आमकां कोस्टल बेल्टाचेर जे बिचार सुणिया आनी जे स्ट्रे डॉग्स जाय आनी बोकून बाणाले कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी भरपूर इन्सिडेंट जायत आसले आनी हे इन्सिडेंट्स पळोवन आमी साउथ गोवा बीच डॉग स्टेरिलायझेशन ड्रायव्ह हाजी इनिशिएटीव आमी जुलया म्हयन्यात कॉमेस केल्लो आनी जुलय आनी ऑगस्ट ह्या 2 म्हयन्यांनी आमी मिशन रेबीज आनी WBS हें घेवन आमी एक तयारी केल्ली की जी सुणी बिचाचेर आहाय त्या बिचाचेर त्या सुण्यांक आमी व्हरोन स्टेरिलायज करतले. आज आमचे बरोबर आहा डॉक्टर मुरुगन अप्पू पिल्लाई, who is the Director of Education Mission Rabies, formerly an ITEC expert, High Commission of India, who has been very helpful in this entire process in Benaulim constituency to take the initiative right from July and going ahead now. आणि आमच्या एड्युकेशन ऑफिसर मिस्टर अक्षय शशिकांत पाल, मिशन रेबीजाचो जो गोंयची इंचार्ज आहा आणि they both have been very helpful आणि हे जे आम्ही मिशन for South Goa beach dog sterilization drive हे जे कॉमेस केले आणि या मिशनान as a MLA we took great effort to ensure that we had a team in place to guide आणि जे सुणी डिटेक्ट जाताली कोलवा बाणाले हे स्ट्रेचर आणि राईट अप टू कावेलोसी बिचार ते सुणी आम्ही केन्नाय मोबायलाचेर कोणूय फोटो धाडटालो इधर आमकां धाडटालो तेंक धाडटालो या तेंक धाडून ते सुण्याक जे धरून ते स्टेरिलायज करताले आणि ते सांगतले इन दिस पिरियड फ्रॉम जुलै एंड ऑगस्ट हाऊ मेनी डॉग्स दे हैव स्टेरिलाइज्ड. दिस इज व्हाट दे आर गोइंग टू टेल अस. आणि नाउ all over Goa there is a vaccination cum sterilization cum registration camp and I'm glad to say that this camp is going to start from the Benaulim constituency from the 1st of October. Ajay mighty and mukar plan of this camp will be taken up by Dr. Murugan and Mr. Akshay.
Good evening, Honorable MLA and all the press. Thank you so much for inviting me. Actually, we are going out with a campaign from 1st of October as MLA pointed out, and this is an annual campaign actually, and in which, because as you know, Goa state is now a controlled state for rabies. Rabies has been controlled in Goa state for the first time. So the interior talukas are not having rabies. We have the virus in the border talukas, Maharashtra and the Karnataka border talukas. So we have this drive to educate the people that still we have to be very careful not to allow the virus from other states, because there is a law in force where anybody coming into our state, they need to get their dogs vaccinated as per the notification of the government of Goa. So all these things to impress upon the people that they should take care. Otherwise, if they allow the virus to enter and what has happened in Ivar Island will be the problem. That is, we will have the cases again and this will be another big issue to eliminate. So for that reason, this is a big awareness campaign as well as to vaccinate during that time for the owner dogs, bringing them to the center. But in this case, there are by the interest of the Honorable MLA, we have taken up this Benaulim constituency. In addition to the vaccination, we are also going to have microchipping project during this time. So all those dogs which are brought for this vaccination will be microchipped free of cost. So this is the identity, very good identity for these dogs. For example, this microchipping details will be there in the animal for many years, not like the tags or the collars, no, that lasts only for 1 year. But if you do a microchipping for any animal, even for 25 years, you can just keep the identity. Very safe, no side effects. This is at a huge cost, but this will be done to the owners. So the owner details will be there, then the vaccination details will be there. If the dog is a sterilized animal, the sterilization details will be there. Anywhere in case if the animal is lost, you can scan and find out the dog. Or if there is any dog dispute, no dog bite. No, recently you see lot of cases where the dog bites and they arrest the owner and things like that. For that, identity is there, so we can find out which dog has gone into this issue. So for all these things, that microchipping will be helping. But we want to introduce this now because it is not all over, it is not done. We are introducing in Benaulim and also in one more constituency a couple of years ago we have done it. So the Benaulim constituency will be microchipping this one, and also the MLA is taking an initiative to start the registration of the dogs, which is pending in this Goa state for a quite long time. So he has offered to send his volunteers to all the door to door to collect the details of the pet owners, and then make it like a record in the panchayat and municipalities for the future to get this licensing of the dogs, which was earlier it was in practice in Goa state. So that also is going to be a new initiative. So all these things are going to happen here, and also we are going to educate the people. We are going to have 2 floats for awareness creation. All these floats will be going around the constituency with the loudspeaker announcement and everything during these few days. And in addition to that, the MLA has also ready to help with putting up the education hoardings, because during the last meeting in the South Goa collectors meeting, the people, press media asked for educating the people through hoardings. So, I mean, considering that, we are also going to put up about 8 hoardings. 8 hoardings in Benaulim constituency, 8 by 6 size hoardings to educate the people and tell them how to handle the dogs, how to manage if somebody is bitten by the dog. We have to live with the dogs. Please understand, we can't get away with the dogs. We have to live with the dogs. It is not like European countries where there is no dogs on the road, but in our Indian conditions, we have to live with the dogs. So we have to educate people how to get along with the dogs without any issues, or how to avoid the bites, to live happily. So those education part also will be taken care during the campaign. Thank you very much.
आता कॅम्पेन सुरू जाता म्हणून सांगणार सरान ऑक्टोबराच्या 1 तारखेक. सो हांव सगळ्या लोकांक अपील करूंक सोदता की कोलवा पंचायतीन इन बेनावलीम कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी ऑक्टोबराच्या 1 तारखेक जातलें वॅक्सिनेशन. ऑक्टोबराच्या 3 तारखेक सेरावलीम पंचायतीन जातलें, 4 तारखेक ओर्लीम पंचायत, 5 तारखेक वार्का वेटनरी डिस्पेन्सरी थंय जातलें, आणि 7 तारखेक बेनावलीम पंचायत, 8 तारखेक कारमोणा तशेंच खावलोसीम ह्या दोन्ही पंचायतींनी वॅक्सिनेशनां जातलीं. सो लोकांक रिक्वेस्ट आसा म्हजो की तुमच्या घरांत जे कुत्रे पोशिल्ले आसात तुमी घेवन येवचे आनी वॅक्सिनेशनां दिवची, कित्याक हें सामकें गरजेचें गोंय रेबीज मुक्त राज्य करपाक.
सो ज्यो डेट्स दिलाय, आमी 1 तारखेर ऑक्टोबर कोलवा पंचायत, 3 तारखेर ऑक्टोबर सेरावलीम पंचायत, 4 तारखेर ऑक्टोबर ओर्लीम पंचायत, 5 तारखेर ऑक्टोबर वार्का वेटनरी डिस्पेन्सरी, 7 तारखेर ऑक्टोबर भंडारी पंचायत, आणि 8 तारखेर 2 पुणे कारमोना आणि कावेलोसीम पंचायत. हे सगळे पंचायती कडेन मिशन रेबीज आगेली टीम तयार आसतली सकाळींसून. आणि तेजे भायर जे कोण त्या दिसा आपापल्या गेले डोमेस्टीक डॉग्स जे आहाय घरा कडेन तांकां हाडपाक पावना, तुमी इधर पंचायतीन ना जाल्यार आमगे ऑफिसान 9851134134 9851134134 हेजेर तुमी रेजिस्टर करचें. आमी हे कॅम्पा भायर जे जे कोण सुणी रेजिस्टर करतले आमगेले कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सीन, हे सगळे सुण्यांक आमी ते चीप घालपाक आमी मुखार सरतले. फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट हे चीप घालतले मिशन रेबीजाची टीम. हेच्या मुखार as we move ahead, I think this chip will become mandatory. बळे ह्या वर्साक ना जाल्यार येत्या वर्साक ह्या प्रत्येक सुण्याक चीप मॅन्डेटरी जावपाचें, आनी जेन्ना हे मॅन्डेटरी जातले तेन्ना ते चिपाक पयशे पडटले. सो हांव म्हगे कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी सगळे लोकांक मागता की जे जे तुमगे घराको पेट्स आहाय सुणी आहाय तेंक तुमी सगळ्यांनी हाडचे, सगळ्यांनी हाडचे. जे जे लोकेशनाचे डेट्स दिलो आहाय थिंग हाडचे, आणि तुमगेले सुण्या तुम्ही वॅक्सिनेट करचे, रेजिस्टर करचे, ते चीप घालचे. आणि हेच्या मुखार दुसरे जरी तरी कोणी चुकली जाल्यार वी विल हॅव अ ड्राईव्ह फॉर रेजिस्ट्रेशन. आणि आय थिंक वी वूड वॉन्ट टू बी द फर्स्ट कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी इन गोवा who would like to complete the task of registration of every pet dog in your house. ही जी डेटा आम कलेक्ट करतले ते आमी पंचायतीक शेअर करतले, so that the panchayat has And this initiative is so that all the dogs are sterilized, all the dogs are prevented from having rabies, and to have a better, safe environment, and to make sure that our beaches, our villages are safe. So this is one step towards protecting our villages, because Benaulim constituency भरपूर dog bites झाले आहा. And I think I take that responsibility as a MLA to ensure that something needs to be done, and these are the steps that we have taken.
cost bear
As of now, Mission Rabies is the one who's bearing this cost. It has been kind enough that they have got support, and along with them, some donors will be helping them to take care of the cost for a certain chips which they have come ahead.
Each may be about 4,000 rupees per chip per animal, maybe costing.
But the government help
Government is helping for this campaign, but not for the chip. Chip is a new introduction.
आणि पहिली सुद्धा गोंयांत भितर जे मिशन रॅबीज आयले न्हू आनी ते खंय तरी पावल्या
So the thing is, government support is very important. Today somehow they as an NGO are doing so much of good things all over Goa. आता chips जे हा कोणे जाल्यार कोणू तांकां फंड करून हे chips ते इंट्रोड्यूस करते. आणि because I was coordinating with them, they felt comfortable that let's start here in Benaulim, and we started in Benaulim constituency with these chips. But the cost of doing these campaigns is with the Goa government. They have got a tie-up. आणि मुखार म्हाका दिसता हे चिप्साचो कॉस्ट गोवा गव्हर्नमेंटा टायअप करून करपाची गरज आहा. देन ओनली आय थिंक मॅन्डेटरी सगळे घरा कडेन आपल्यागेले डोमेस्टीक पेट जे डॉग आसता ते कोणे म्हाका
We are ready to do all the dogs in the constituency.
How many do you do in a day during this?
During days, 50 dogs per day may be the normal number of
For
dogs.
street, including street dog.
But any number of dogs coming, we are ready to participate. There is no shortage. nothing.
So basically, we have covered 250 per
Yes, yes.
One boy died when domestic dog attacked the boy and killed that boy. So how can this type of incidents you can avoid?
So basically, it is a very complicated issue because the number of dogs in India is very high. So in that circumstances, educating these people and from the next generation onwards, they should be adapted to the animals and how to handle that. I have one video of a boy who is how beautifully he is handling the dogs which are chasing him like that. So by education, if the children are taught on how to handle the dogs, how to understand the dog, how to see whether it is an angry dog or a normal dog or a nervous dog. If this type of education is going to really help them, that is number one. And number two, even after this, in case if they are bitten by the dog, necessarily we have to go for injection until and otherwise we are completely eliminated with the rabies in this.
But government is trying to ban that beef breeds and feed.
Yeah, the government is trying to ban some of
But
the
do you
breeds.
feel it should be banned or?
So we can't say because some of the breeds, no, they have created the issues. So naturally the government is on it to ban the breeds. But there are possibility of ferocious dogs on other breeds as well, possible. So this is up to the people, up to the community to handle the dogs properly and keep the dogs under control. As MLA pointed out, when you are going for the sterilization campaigns and bringing down the dog population, this will really help. And more than that, one point I just want to inform you in front of the MLA, because MLA is a very great initiative all the time she takes. So the point is that the presence of dogs depends on the food availability, as you know. The garbage and food waste disposal is very key for this population control in dogs. So if this people's attitude change to dispose the food waste properly, garbage properly, and the municipalities come forward to properly dispose of this thing with the proper bins and lidded bins, then that will really help.
Are you targeting domestic dogs or street dogs also?
So other talukas we are doing vaccinations for both the dogs, street dogs and domestic dogs. Door to door we are doing. But these 6 talukas in South Goa, we will be doing only for the owner dogs. Street dogs are safer.
And for the street dogs, it will continue because you said it has been already eliminated, no? This.
Yeah, that this will continue as a maintenance project in the border.
For how many years?
Maybe for another few years until the border is secure. So Maharashtra border also we are doing that. Once the Maharashtra
And
border is under control, until that time we have to continue.
And the
maintenance.
chief will also help to trace the dog in case the dog is lost somewhere.
Yes, definitely it will help. Definitely it will help. So this is a new initiative. So once it is done in Benaulim, then slowly if the government feels, probably government may have another project next year or following year to continue this in all other talukas also. Depends. So if it is successful and people are just taking it, nice.
Sir, when you do the street dog vaccination now, drive, so people do support you. What are the challenges you face?
Initially we had a big challenge because there was big resistance for vaccinations. And because of the, ignorance or maybe they didn't understand that. But once the project came after 2-3 years, but now they all very well know that machinery, which means vaccination. They are ready to get the dogs vaccinated. There is no resistance in Goa state. But other states like Kerala, we are also doing in many other states. In other states, we have still resistance. So it is a tough job for us to educate the people and go to this MLAs and ask them to help. That is going on, but not in Goa state. Goa state, everybody is accepting the vaccination.
मिशन रेबीज ड्राइव्स अवेअरनेस करतात आणि अदर कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी सुद्धा तुझ्याविषयी करतात
आय थिंक हे अवेअरनेस जे तुमच्या माध्यमात सांगता सुद्धा थँक्यू की तुमच्या माध्यमांतल्यान तुम्ही हे स्प्रेड करपाची गरज आसा अँड आय वूड लाईक टू थँक डॉक्टर बोरकर अँड मिस्टर अक्षय फॉर collectively giving us the support to take this initiative ahead because now through Benaulim constituency the chip is going to get launched in all over Goa. And I request everyone take this opportunity and request you all to spread the word so that people should look out for vaccination. It should be the other way around. आता आम्ही येता आणि वॅक्सिनेशन करपाक मुखार जाता अशें जावपा जाय की प्रत्येक लोकांक एक हुस्क जावपा जो की आपल्यागेले सुणे स्टेरिलाइज आणि वॅक्सिन जो आसपा जाय आणि ते chip is going to give the data of the vaccination time and date when it was done ह्या चिपाचेर माहिती मेळटली and from there we are able to track the next vaccination that केन्ना जाता.
Doctor, you have already installed this chip to dog in Goa, no?
Earlier we have done some trials and we have done in Panjim city, but South Goa this is the first time.
Panjim fully have done cover all the areas from Benjim.
Not all areas.
Right.
So how many dogs?
About 800 dogs we covered during the last project.
ट्रॅकिंग म्हणटा तो करतले कशें मे बी QR कोड असते तुम्ही स्कॅन करतले किंवा ऍप असते.
Yeah, there is a scanner, but presently only with the scanner we can do it. But the technology is improving. But later on this will go on the phone. So later, not now. Don't put it here. Later on, if they are developing. Then after that, any dog there, then if you just open your phone and scan it from here, then you will know the dog history and horoscope. That the dog who belongs to this, who is the owner, when it was vaccinated, when it was sterilized, all the data you can get it over the phone. But not now. They are developing the technology.
As of now, you have to.
As of now, you need a scan. Scanner. Yes.
Approximately, what is the population of stray dogs in Goa?
1.4 to 1.5 lakhs total.
1.4
to 1.5 lakhs in total.
So some of the dogs, stray dogs, are suffering from skin diseases. Do you look on that, doctor?
No, this is not our project, and those things should go to the veterinary hospitals for regular treatments. Our project is for rabies control and.
म्हणजे बाबा तुमका एक सेपरेट क्वेश्चन
Doctor, any death has taken place due to the rabies? Any death has been taken place due to the rabies?
Any death?
Yeah.
Human death. Now there was only one death. So earlier there were a lot of death. But 2018 onwards there is no human death. But last year there was only one death in the border state. That person was migrating from Maharashtra to Goa like that. And he also did not complete his course of vaccination. So other than that, normally we don't have that.